Hello users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All, the show where I tell you what you need to know to arm yourself with knowledge in the upcoming war, the class war. No war but class war. Back me up, y'all. So, absolute geniuses in the South, yet again, yeehaw, have decided to go and attend a summer camp, shove off a bunch of children. And as you can tell by the headline and the title of this video, that did not go well. So, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced Friday that more than 200 children have tested positive for the coronavirus after attending a summer camp in Georgia at the end of June. That's more than a third of nearly 600 Georgia residents who attended, according to the CDC's report. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp issued an executive order on June 11th allowing campers and workers to attend overnight camps if they received a negative COVID-19 test within 12 days of starting the camp. Not within 12 hours, within 12 days. Almost 2 weeks. Because of this country's lack of ability or lack of leadership and ability to transmit accurate information effectively, a lot of people think, oh, I tested negative, I'm good. Not as, oh, I tested negative, I'm good so far. But I've seen so many reports of people saying, oh, I just tested negative last week, bruh, as they walk around the grocery store with no mask on. What are you doing? If this fucking thing was supposed to happen, you should have quarantined everybody 3 days beforehand, made them do a test, wait for the results, and then, again, quarantined if we lived in an effective, actual state, not a failed state, not a collapsing empire, not the fall of Rome in real time, right? If we lived in an actual government, okay, we'll make sure that you don't have to go to work. We'll give you some sick time off, paid time off, right? You'll be good. Just rest up, prepare, and then camp time. But no. 12 days. And that is one of, if not the biggest flaw in this. The camp ran from June 21st to 27th, and more than 500 of the campers and staffers were children ages 17 and younger, the CDC reported. Out-of-state attendees were not included in the CDC's reporting. On June 24th, a teenage staff member who had been experiencing chills while at the camp tested positive for the virus. While campers began to be sent home that same day, the camp did not officially close until 3 days later, the CDC said. While the camp adopted most components of the CDC's official suggestions for summer camp, the CDC reported that the camp did not require campers to wear cloth face masks. Now again, that wouldn't have necessarily been a problem if they had done proper testing mechanisms beforehand. Now, if everyone tested positive literally like hours beforehand and had no contact from when they took that test until they went to the camp, honestly, that wouldn't have been a big deal. But clearly, that was not the case. While the camp adopted most of the components, the CDC's official suggestions for summer camps, the CDC reported that the camp did not require campers to wear cloth face masks and did not open windows and doors of the buildings to allow increased ventilation. People sleeping in the same cabins engaging in regular singing and cheering also likely contributed to transmission. Again, all it takes is one person, and without proper precautions, it's all over. Now again, I would rather have proper precautions, everyone be positive, and everyone wear their masks, and everyone have proper ventilation. That's what I would prefer. But if you're not going to do one of them, doing the other two might still be worthwhile, but they did nothing. And that's why it's so fucking stupid. Kids, these people decided it was okay to sacrifice the lives of children. Now again, kids probably won't die, but they can face severe neurological damage. They can face severe damage to their heart and lungs that can affect them maybe 10, 15 years from now. What if this kid, 15 years from now, decides to smoke a cigarette or a joint and then realizes that they've got some lung disease that they never heard of that was attributable to COVID? That's totally possible. Who knows? There's not that much science, but what we do know is that this stuff is likely. And yet they don't care. And they also want to send everyone back to schools. Children between the ages of 6 and 10 had the highest attack rate, the number of positive cases divided by the total number of attendees, at 51%, followed by teens between the ages of 11 and 17 at 44%. But these rates, the CDC said, are likely an underestimate. The CDC said that what happened in the camp indicates that children of all ages are susceptible to the coronavirus, especially when placed in large group settings, and might play an important role in transmission. Again, all this stupid fucking language, might play an important... No shit, it plays an important role, you dumb motherfuckers. But this is the society that we live in, where people have this fake neutrality. Oh, someone doesn't believe in germs? Someone believes in germs a little too much and is a germaphobe. Well, let's meet in the middle and say germs might not exist. They might exist. Who knows? We live in a failed state. This is a collapse of an empire. That's what this is. If you think that there's nothing wrong with this, if you think that children should go back to school, if you think that people don't deserve $600 extra a week in unemployment to combat 40 million potential evictions coming in the next 40 days, then I'm sorry. You are a psychopath. You are a loser. You do not belong in society. If you want to operate in a society, you need to behave like you're in a society. Why do you want to go to the grocery store? I say this a lot, but why do you want to go to the grocery store? Aren't you an individualist? Why would you go to the grocery store and buy processed food that other people have had a hand in? Why would you do that? Why not go be a real man? Grow a garden? Why not go hunting for a deer, maybe? Get your own sustenance? Why do you have to bring your virus-infected ass into innocent areas where people are just trying to get their fucking lives on with? And why does Governor Brian Kemp just not understand the basics of germs? 12 days within a test in a state where masks cannot be mandated because of another executive order? In a state where any trip to the grocery store could be a potential death sentence? Yeah, 12 days, my asshole. Go fuck yourself. This pandemic will get worse, and worse, and worse, and worse, and worse, and worse, until eventually everything falls apart. And we're getting closer and closer to that moment. Again, 40 million new evictions are going to be coming very soon, unless the government does something. But don't rely on them, because they're not going to do anything. What you need to do now is build community solidarity. You need to protest. You need to get out there. Be safe. Wear a mask. Be sanitary. Know what you're doing. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an opportunist. But go out there and make a difference. Make the connections in your community that are going to be able to last through the fascist Gestapo coming in and evicting everyone, which is eventually going to happen. 40 million people. And sheriffs might not be able to handle it all alone. And we know Trump has been doing test runs on his Gestapo deployment. And we know Obama did test runs on the Gestapo deployment. And we know that they're not afraid of using these agents of evil in any way that they see fit to enforce the law. It might not be you today, but maybe this time next month, you'll be singing a different tune. Be safe out there. Don't send your kids to school. Don't fuck around, because you don't want to find out what happens afterward. Thank you for watching.